I was very pleased with the attendance yesterday. We got some of the major retailers, the sources of supply of alcohol around the table, and we had a really useful discussion on a range of issues. This is a journey for us. This is a journey that started when I arrived with the role of the Police and Crime Commissioner, which is to bring partners together and join things up. We were equipped in the first place with an excellent Peninsula Strategic Assessment, which tells us the priority crime groups, but we soon discovered the damage brought about by alcohol was something that we wanted to put up right at the top of our list. The damage of alcohol, I've said many times, is enormous. 40% of violent crime or thereabouts is fueled by alcohol. We are in an unenviable position at the moment in one of the most beautiful counties of Devon and Cornwall, but we are seventh in the league table of 43 policing areas on violent crime. We're fourth on rape, and we have an unenviable position also in public order. And we've been searching for the reasons behind this, and we've come down heavily on the issue of misuse of alcohol. And yesterday's discussion with the retailers helped us develop some ideas on the way we should tackle this in the future.
Seventh worst in the country for violent crime is a stark statistic, and one I know that you presented alongside the Deputy Chief Constable to the meeting yesterday. What was the reaction of the retailers and supermarkets to this information, and what response did you get? How did you feel they approached the meeting with you?
Well, we hoped that they would be surprised. We expected anyone who hears that statistic to be surprised. This is crime rates per thousand of population. This is a serious issue for us, the prevalence of the overuse of alcohol, and it isn't a matter of one size fits all here. There are different users of alcohol, and we need to find a solution that is right for each one of them in the different areas of Devon and Cornwall. This is a complex policing area. We have the big conurbations of Plymouth with its own issues, and Exeter in a way. We also have the coastal areas which have their approaches to this, and then we have the rural areas. And we also have underage users. I was pleased yesterday to hear that in our own checks of these retailers, there was a pretty strict approach to underage users, and that was not a particular problem for us. The main problem is associated with the nighttime economy generally, and it's the 18 to 30-year-old groups which are preloading. This, for those who perhaps haven't heard that term before, is a completely different culture. It isn't, let's go to the pub, let's go on to the club. It's, let's start at home with a lot of volume of cheap alcohol, let's get tanked up, and then go out on the town at 11 o'clock at night, and inevitably then they enter an environment where people say, no, you can't come in, or no, you can't do it, and it triggers difficulty. It triggers violence. Now, what do the public want? Do they want their A&E clogged up with drunks? Do they want their police, and Lord knows we don't have enough police, do they want them out on the streets at 3 or 4 in the morning controlling those who are well tanked up and are potentially out of control? Or do they want them where they think they want them, which is out, visible by day, keeping order? And we have to make our decisions. We've got excellent partners. We've got some excellent ideas across Devon and Cornwall in terms of alcohol policies. And my role as Police and Crime Commissioner is to draw these issues together and try to find a way ahead, which ultimately we can take to government if we can't find solutions locally. So that's the journey we're on.
So positive roundtable discussions yesterday, but practically, Tony Hogg, what is going to come from this meeting? What response, what actions are the supermarkets and retailers going to do working alongside you? How will we see the difference?
This is a tough journey. This is the sort of journey my team is ready to take on. It will take time. I'm perfectly content with the time it's taken us so far to work out where we apply our resources and where we apply our energies. The positives out of yesterday for me was that we've started a new relationship. We've seen only today that one of the major retailers tweeting that they are happy to enter a long-term engagement with us. That's great news. We agreed yesterday that we would target certain user groups. If the police and the retailers work really well together, then that group of people who are a small minority but create a great deal of crime, then we will work together and know who they are and work with the retailers, and the retailers have agreed that they will effectively refuse them alcohol if they're well targeted. We're going to look in terms of training. We need to train, and again, a major retailers, Tesco's in this case, was great to hear that they were offering training to some of the on-trade, to some of the publicans, the small retailers, to train them in the ways of controlling the supply of alcohol, the rules around alcohol, the underage drinking and all of that. And that was a great offer. I think we also need to realise that a great deal of money is going from the retailers already in sponsorship of educational schemes. Now we, with them, want to look at the results of that. We want to look at what difference that has made. And ultimately, we need to make a difference. So ultimately, if it's what the public wants and what our partners and advisors want, then we will lobby government to limit the hours of the availability of alcohol. So I feel very positive about yesterday.
And finally, for the retailers and supermarkets who didn't attend, how are you going to engage with them? And what kind of timescale do you put on us all of us, population here of Devon and Cornwall, seeing some changes?
We certainly will follow up those who were with us yesterday. We have engagement by letter and by email from a range of other retailers, and we look forward to talking to them. We will seek out those who didn't attend and understand why they didn't, and work on them to bring them on side into this new way of working in this new team. And I would hope that over the next year, perhaps, or something of that order, then we will begin to see clarity on the way we're addressing this. All the work I do is transparent. We will be carrying news on our websites and in our newsletters on the progress we're making, so the public will be able to track what we're up to and the progress we're forging.